Well, we're at it again. This time we're taking this Yukon and we're road tripping it across Utah. Will it make it over 1,000 miles and get us back home? Stick around and find out.
This is so you can see some of the work they've done. Swapping out the tires right now. Those are the new ones. They're 265, 75 R16 Duratrack Wranglers with some really good life left on them. Check this out though. This was the tire that left the chat that night, and this is what we were driving at 70 miles an hour on. Right there, see that thing?
So our overall goal for this was kind of like, you see it on YouTube, people buy a cheap truck, try to wheel it, try to do whatever. That's kind of the same idea with this. What our plan is to go and wheel it, but we're gonna try to do the cheapest things we can in our advantage. These running boards, these are coming off. We're gonna cut the front of the bumper, wedge that, make it look nicer for when we're, getting those high spots. Well, when Colt does. Just some minor, cheap things and see what it can do, as is.
In typical Underlander fashion, like, we gotta have lights.
Oh, yeah.
They all have lights.
Stickers, lights, shovels.
Stickers.
Yeah.
So, by the way, the official name of this is Cousin Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
Eddie? Eddie?
That kind of came to my mind as I was driving it for the first time, and it was just kind of like Cousin Eddie's RV. So,
yeah. If you know us, that name fits.
Yeah.
Right, guys, we've spent some time on this. We got the oil change. We lifted it an inch on each side. At least I think it's an inch. Oh, easy there. We took off the running boards and we cleaned and scrubbed the inside. But yeah, look at that. The grill is now black and the bumper is now black. We'll still pull that out at some point.
Because we didn't know how reliable this thing was yet, we decided to take all of our camping gear. That meant our tents, sleeping bags, our pillows, and we also didn't know how well the tires would do, so we got 2 extra tires and we just strapped them to the roof, and that was our backup plan. We also threw on these cheap Amazon LED lights. They're not the brightest, but they were very affordable, and that's a win for us. So after doing the bare minimum upgrades, we're pretty much ready to go. Oh yeah, and some essentials. All right, kids. Love you. I'm gonna miss you. All right, well, see you in a few days. After a tender goodbye from my kids, it was time to pick up Kalen.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, dude, what up?
It's always the best to be on camera in the morning.
That's true. I slept like a rock. How about you?
I slept pretty good.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. All right, folks. So we got these stickers for Cousin Eddie, and we figured every time we stop for gas, we're going to add one. And so this is the one going on it right now. So let's slap her on there.
Let me give it the proper cleaning.
There you go. Oh yeah. You gotta have a nice clean surface.
Oh yeah.
RV
Approved.
waste removal.
We'll figure it out.
So Kalen and I, we just filled up.
Oh.
And
Hello.
Kalen got some ice. We're filling up. Did you get a drink?
It's in the cooler.
You're gonna want that.
Probably.
So Kalen's gonna get out again and get his drink. But we're gonna head down, we're gonna hit the Walmart and get some stuff. And then we'll still be on our way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what are we doing today, Kalen?
We are heading down south. So we started up in northern Utah and we're driving old cousin Eddie all the way down to southern Utah today, which is the goal. So we can go down to Sand Hollow, maybe some Tokerville Falls. We don't know yet. We're kind of just winging this trip, which is what I like. We found these on the old Facebook market, well, Colt did, Facebook Marketplace. The wheels that were on here were super small. Chuck these on there. We got 2 spares. We found Colt scored a deal on those. It was basically free. Let's just put it that way. It was almost free. Check out up front what Colt mainly did. I helped a little. We got the off-road lights up here, the 2 pods, and then down here we even got us a 32-inch light bar. Look how sweet that thing is. Because these lights are terrible, and we needed some extra lightage on this thing. We also have 2 more that we could possibly put on maybe the rear. We don't know yet. It's kind of up for whatever.
That's so true.
But to give it some cool features, we spray painted this black, bumper black, rear black. But yeah, this is it. Take her in.
She's come a long ways from that first day that we got her. So these are the improvements, and we're ready to rock and roll.
So we got to put some miles behind us and get on the road, but this is cousin Eddie, and as he would say, she's a beaut, Clark.
She's a beaut.
Let's hit the road.
Alright, so we had a pit stop. Another one. Well, actually, this is only the second gas station stop. Hey, where'd you get that?
The cooler.
Oh, I want one. I'll get one. Be right back.
Good. Thanks, Erica. These are delicious.
Alright, so we are 45 minutes-ish away from
Our first off-road
the
stop.
Tintic.
Oh, wow. Okay, there we go.
The Tintic tunnel.
Tintic Railroad Tunnel.
So,
Heard a lot about it. Never been.
yeah, I've never been either.
We want to go check it out. It's along the way, kind of.
Part of the stuff we're going to do on this trip is stop at some small towns, ghost towns, and just some areas I've never been before. I've lived in Utah my whole life. There's a lot of cool places. I've just never been. Anyway, we'll catch you up once we get to the tunnel. Yeah, so I think this is where the old railroad used to be, is where this road now is. It just kind of loops around through here. Whoa. Keep going. Let's check it out. Oh, dude.
We can turn our lights on.
We can try the lights. In 1891, to help service the mines in Eureka, the Tintic Railroad built this tunnel, which is 235 feet long. Part of this loop was to help elevate the trains before going through the canyon. How cool would that have been to see those steam engines coming out of the tunnel, full of silver ore, just making their daily run?
I've known about that tunnel for a couple of years, but I've never had the opportunity to go out and drive, so I told Colt about it.
That's where we're going to now, but we're actually going, we're cutting through the hills on a dirt road, so it is quite the shortcut, so we don't have to go down back to town into Eureka. So I'm excited to see Eureka. Old mining towns are just so cool, so yeah. We'll update you as soon as we get there. So this is Porter Rockwell's cabin. Kalen, you said you know the history on this?
A little bit. So this was his cabin, and then, if I remember right, they moved it into the town so you could come and see it. Obviously, they put this roof over it to protect it and preserve it. But yeah, this used to be out like middle of nowhere, like way out past Eureka, and then yeah, they brought it into here. So
that's funny. What was he doing all the way out here?
Dude, he was a wild man. He didn't like to have neighbors.
Well, is that true? He was wanted?
Yeah.
We're in Porter Rockwell, $5,000 back then, dude. Can you imagine?
So it was built in 1865 approximately.
Wow. Look at that. Still got the mud in between. I'm gonna take a walk around this. This is so cool. Look at the roof. Just threw some bark on it. See if we can see inside it all. Oh, they replaced the glass with plastic. There's some of the inside. How cool is this, folks? Look at that. Dude, how did they get this over here? This is insane.
Yeah. So I just read that little thing. It said that he had orchards and he grew cantaloupe and watermelon.
No way.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Out, like West Tintic, Juab County.
That is awesome. This is so cool. Man, if they were able to move this like this with all this mud and everything in there, how nuts is that, dude?
Yeah.
They probably just want to make this look like a mine shaft going into the side of the mountain. Either way, it's pretty cool. Look at this old mining cart. That
thing probably weighs so much.
That is so cool. Oh, nice. Old GMC fire truck. Got the city hall and the sheriff's office. You said it stinks. Like in what way? It doesn't smell that bad in here. This is where you do your stretches. This is the stretcher right here. So you wake up, you're like, yeah. That's what I think about that. They took the lock off. Nope. It's just kind of crazy, like this would all be rolling down.
Yeah.
Freaking railway, dude. It's nuts. Kind of cool, they just let you walk through it though. Cans. Break glass. Whoosh. There he did it. That's the end. That's the caboose.
That's the, yep. Just a one cart show.
One cart show. What is this, Kalen?
My guess, I'd have to say it's a Chevy or a Ford.
Well, it's got a Chevy in it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got a Chevy in it. That's kind of cool.
It's got to be a Chevy.
They threw it on some of the frame. Let's see what the tailgate says. We were both wrong.
Studebaker.
Oh my gosh. We were both wrong.
Yeah.
I wonder what
check
it's...
out the exhaust.
Yeah, the exhaust. I wonder what frame that's on.
But it does have a Chevy in it.
Has a Chevy in it. That's cool. Also has a Chevy. Wow, good job. You broke it.
Geolanders.
You're here for 2 seconds. We broke it.
It's not even on. It has.
Oh, it's wired
fence
on.
wire.
Oh, nice. Kalen and I are gonna head out of town and we're gonna go down to Delta.
Yep.
Never been to Delta. Kalen's been to Delta.
I've been to Delta.
I've never been to Delta.
Yeah. Home of the Jackrabbits.
So we're gonna go check that out, see what that's all about. To a town called Lindale. Lindale. I don't think, is it Lindale? Well, it's that one.
I'd say that.
It's a very small town in Utah, in Millard County. 125 was the population of 2023. It was a railroad town in 1907. Farming didn't start until 1912. Anyway, there you go. There's some cool facts of the town we're about to go through. That was a small little town. It's awesome. So we're here at a burger place, Ashton's Burger Barn. We're gonna go get us something to eat. We'll let you know how it goes. All right, that was a good burger. So this place that we stopped is Ashton's Burger Barn,
Delta, Utah.
Yeah, down here in Delta, and yeah, they have like a butcher shop as part of the facility there. So. Good burger, and it was just a good burger. I would recommend that as a stop if you're in Delta. Right now we're gonna swing in here into the Maverick and top off the old girl. We're only down half a tank, but since we're not familiar with the area, we're gonna make sure we have fuel. All right, after slapping on another Cousin Eddie sticker, Kalen and I headed off down the road, and we decided we were going to go to Flowell, which is west of Fillmore, a couple miles. I had seen on the maps more than once that there are ice caves amongst the volcanic rock. And ever since I saw that on Google Maps, I kind of want to stop and check it out. And since we were so close, it was hard to pass up. Also, this is where Grandpa Tom was. This is where he farmed. This is where he raised a family. And so I couldn't help but imagine all this land out here, my grandpa out there on the tractor. But anyway, let's go check out all that lava and supposedly that ice somewhere. Well, we've made it to Flowell. And
Utah, that is.
Apparently there was a big volcano. So Fillmore's out that way. Flowell, well, what you're looking at is Flowell, and then Fillmore is beyond that. But check this out. There's a clearly defined path right here. So we're gonna follow it, and hopefully nothing bad happens.
Yeah.
Cousin Eddie is running really good. Think this volcano's still active, Kalen?
You know, I haven't read up on it. I don't think I've ever been in anything like this.
Me neither. This is weird. Whoa. Look at this place. Cousin Eddie would have drove right up this. Wow. See the ice cave yet? We are on top of the volcano.
I've never in my life been on anything like this.
This is nuts, dude. This is bizarre. And then look, there's just a... Oh, what's that? Squirrel. He's gone. Trust me. What do you think's underneath all this? More lava?
Earth.
This is nuts, dude.
Maybe there's like a lake under it.
Okay, this is actually really cool.
Oh, dude, I can feel the temperature change.
Getting cooler?
Yeah, wait till you cut. Wait, whoa, dude. Dude,
I can kind of feel it, yeah.
Wait till you get down here.
Whoa, that feels nice.
Yeah, this is insane. Dude, I see ice.
You can see right down there. Yeah, look at those big rocks there. It's all the loose stuff. That was cool. You walk down here, you can feel the cool air rushing out of this. There it is. There's the ice. There's the cave. That looks like it's just snow from when it snowed, but
Yeah.
either way, it feels refreshing.
You can feel the coolness for sure.
Yeah.
Explain this to me.
Okay.
How does where volcano once was, how's there ice?
Well, that was a long time ago.
Right.
At least,
But
according to Grandma, like, Grandma said she remembers lava flowing out of here.
that's your source?
Yeah, it's not peer reviewed.
To me, that just doesn't add up.
Well, I mean, it was a long time ago.
Right. But dude, that this air feels nice. Is there a way we can take
This-
this cool air, feed it into Cousin Eddie?
Yeah, cousin, let's just take a chunk of ice. Dude, that
This is
feels,
so cool.
from up there to here, there's at least a 10-degree difference, easy.
I'd say more than that even.
Yeah, like you can feel the cool air coming out. That one seems steady. That one seems, that is such a cool looking rock. Look, it meshes my shoe.
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
nuts.
Feel that air right there?
Yeah.
That
So
is nice.
that means there's definitely like, it's hollow or there's holes down in there where that air is just coming out. That's nuts. Makes me wonder if this used to be more open. All right, guys, we're gonna get back to Cousin Eddie, get back on the road. We're gonna make a stop in Beaver. Yeah, guys, so we're gonna head back to the highway. Yep, this is where Grandpa ran his farm, grew up down here. I'm sure these fields have seen the Chevy truck driving around here.
Yep.
This is old stomping grounds. So, Kalen, what'd you think of the ice cave stuff?
That was really cool. I was hoping it'd be like, I didn't know what to expect. I was hoping it'd be a little bit more like bigger, something you can maybe like, walk
Oh,
into
sure.
a little.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. I don't think I have ever walked on anything like that in my entire life. And that cool air that you could feel was just really cool. And I've never experienced anything like that. That was awesome.
Yeah. Same. I don't think I've ever, I mean, I've walked on some lava rock, but nothing like that. It was cool. Anyway, we'll catch you up here in a bit. Okay, we've turned off the road and we were in a small little town called Manderfield. It's just a couple houses. It is tiny. Tiny place. Alright, so we looked up some facts about Manderfield, and the guy that invented the television, the first electronic television,
It's from there.
he's from there. He's from
Yeah.
Manderfield. Check it out.
Sweet.
Small town, like a very small town.
Very small.
From there, invented the TV, changed everyone's life. Oh, Family Dollar. Claire loves Family Dollar.
Yeah. We're now just rolling into Beaver.
There's a Dollar General and a Family Dollar right next to each other.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Oh, sorry, Dollar General.
We are, in Beaver, there's a place called the Creamery, and they got really good food and ice cream. Well, ice cream I know of, food I have not tried. But anyways, ice cream sounds good, so we're going to get some.
An old Sinclair. That's cool. Oh, there's a cool old house. Oh, there. How old do you think that house is right there?
Probably late 1800s.
It's been around a while. You sure you know where we're going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side road. The creamery's right over here.
Okay, okay.
We're just doing some zigging and zagging.
We're doing some zigzagging.
You never know what you see. Oh yeah, there it is.
Really? You see it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at
nice.
this old house.
Oh, dope.
Look at this old house.
Oh, dope.
There's like twins.
Look at those. My boy loves old houses, so he's gonna love some of this. All right, there's the creamery. Time to get us some ice cream.
All right, so we're getting back on the road here. We just ate at the creamery, got some ice cream.
It was pretty good.
It was way good. There's one called Lemon Bar. Oh my gosh.
I got the moose trucks. Can't go wrong with that. It was actually perfect. So we're gonna go. We've never been west of Beaver.
Yeah.
We've always driven straight through. So we're gonna go west through Beaver, and
There's a bunch of ville towns out there. There's like a Greenville, Adamsville, Minersville. We're gonna go check them out.
We're gonna head down to a place called Old Irontown.
Yeah.
And they got some of these cool little hut things. We'll show you.
Yeah.
So
about an hour, almost hour and a half away.
Almost hour and a half.
So we're gonna get going.
keep going there.
Yep.
Here we go. All right, we're about to go through a town called Minersville. Never been through here. Man, there's not a lot here.
Oh, there's an old truck. Old
Oh,
Chevy.
cool. That's an old Ford. Wow, you blink and you miss it, man. That thing is huge, dude.
Number 60. 1936.
All right, go stand by it so we can see how tall it is. Caitlin's your average size man,
Yeah, I'm 5'8".
the standard,
Yeah.
and that's how big this thing is. Oh, cool. Old Iron Towns. What does this one say?
Established.
1868. Holy cow. Ebenezer Hanks. That is so cool. Look at all these little slots here. Wow. The walls in here are still black. Dude, so they had... This thing is huge, so it makes me... I want to know what was in here. Obviously a fire.
Coal.
They had to get this place hot, dude. This is so...
Probably gonna start cooking pizzas.
Alright, what's this one say here? Old Iron Town. Look at all these peeps right here. Look at those guys up there. Just climbed up there. Charcoal. Did you say charcoal? Well, charcoal was the fuel of choice. Charcoal was created by burning in wood. They made charcoal. They stacked piles of juniper pinyon, which is all this stuff right here, and lit fires underneath. The holes you see in the far wall could be plugged or opened as needed to increase or decrease the air. It took approximately 12 days for one kiln to produce 50 bushels of charcoal. Okay. Okay, so these were just charcoal makers.
They hauled coal from Cedar Canyon to Little Pinto, the name of this town site.
Whoa.
Cool.
All right, we got iron production right here.
At the peak production, it produced 5 to 7 tons of pig iron per day. They were able to use the 12 oxen that supported the St. George Temple.
Oh, cool.
They also supplied ore for the Utah Western Railroad mining companies in Pioche, Nevada.
Oh, that is fantastic. That is so cool. Let's go down and look. So, if that was the first place made the charcoal, does it say what these used to be? I mean, these could be like the smaller furnaces. Obviously where a building used to be right here. I'm just not a building expert. Couldn't tell you what. There's a chimney over here. So 150 years ago, they made this wall. And this wall is part of a stone building. Holy smokes.
Update that plaque every year.
I don't know. The molding house. We got us a forge hood. It was installed over a forge. It was likely located inside the molding house, which is located behind you. Oh, where it was. Okay. Function of the hood was to funnel and remove smoke. That is a big funnel. Look at this. Look at this iron here. That is so cool. The pudding, oh, sorry. The puddling furnace. All just to make metal. Pig iron. Look at that, man. Would it be interesting if it was your job, you'd have to get that fire going, get that furnace up and going?
Some of these ran day and night.
All right, well, that was cool. That's some cool history. That's a lot of hard work every day. All right, guys. This pretty much wraps up everything we wanted to see for today, which was pretty epic. All the spots that we've been. So we're gonna head down by St. George. We're gonna coast into Herkin on fumes and stay the night. And then tomorrow we're gonna go do some off-roading. We'll show you that tomorrow.
tomorrow. All right.
Well, there you have it. The first day we drove 450 miles. And we had a blast. Make sure you stick around for the next episode because the adventure is just beginning.